Alright, hello there, I am Pumpa001 and we are getting ready to start AOS Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 pay-per-view number 7. And as you already know, the first title match of the pay-per-view is the faction of 3. And we have the reigning, defending champions. What the hell? Why did the app fuck up like that? Oh crap. These apps are messing up already. Cause this is an app. This is that goddamn whatever it's called. There's no reason to have done that just now, but oh well. It ain't really mess up nothing. Yeah, we have the reigning, defending faction of 3 champions, which consists of Magnum Tokyo, Dr. Wagner Jr., and Mil Mascaras. They are the faction of 3 champions and the inaugural champions, and they already had a title defense at pay-per-view number 6 where they won as well. Well, it went to the best. Did it go to the best 2 out of 3, or did they only need 2 matches to win? I think it did go the best 2 out of 3 because they lost the first one. That's all it took. Yeah, they won 3 matches. They won the last 2 matches. Yeah, I believe so. Because that went more than 1. And they will be defending against these 3. Don Fry, Eno, and Ensign. Now, I had put Don Fry in, what was that? Show 7C's fifth spot chance for the MMA division, and he didn't need to be in that because he was a part of this. So I'm thinking I should probably do that league over with just the 3 people because he was a part of both. But like, I'm not going to do that because no harm, no foul. I mean, Kyoji ended up winning that like he should have, and like it wasn't really that big of a deal. It probably was a big deal for the ones who, you know, are eliminated, who didn't get their first shot because he was a part of it. But it's all good with that, at least in my opinion. So anyway, let's get started with this. As you know, right here where notifications are and stuff like that, you don't see the bar thing for the emulator I'm using. I don't know why that went away. I think I probably pressed something that made it disappear, but it's all good because I rather just press this and then exit out of the app or in the video like that way anyway. So this championship does not involve none of my creator wrestlers, so we don't have to worry about all of that for the moment. So that has nothing to do with anything at the moment. But next up we'll have 5 of my characters. So what I found that you could do is you could put them on this side of the screen like this. That way they won't be over here. Like, these 4 blades not gonna be in the last. So, but anyway, that has nothing to do with anything. It's constant statement. Because the pay-per-view, you know, everybody besides the Absolute Division will be at the stadium. The Absolute Division, you know, all their matches happen at the Tokyo Dome with the ramp. So this is where everybody else will be at. It's at the stadium for the pay-per-views. The AKI arena or building or whatever you want to call it, that's for show C's, and show B is the dojo area, and then show A is the Tokyo Dome, the regular one without the ramp for all the other championships and divisions and stuff, you know. So anyway, well, for the qualifiers, yeah. So let's see. Yeah, cause show A is all qualifiers, 10 qualifiers, the first spot chance qualifiers, and then what's that? show B is the what? Oh yeah, I'm talking about that stuff. I gotta be. I know it's him. But this is the championship team. Him. I think he's number 2 going over here under unlockables. Yep, right here. Boom. And then who was that? Oh yeah, Don Fry. I just said his name not too long ago. Don Fry. Eno. And yep. Alright, we're pretty much set. And let me double check because once I go into the thing, I'll be able to double check it. And I know exactly what order to put the characters in based on the reigning champion because I know Magnum Tokyo is, you know, the guy who starts off matches for his team. And I know that Mil Mascaras is the final member of that team, which is the anchor, the third man, the anchor. So, yeah. So 1, 2, 3. Then we got Don Fry, Eno, and the insert. Yep, that's all correct. All right, we could pretty much go back into this. And I want to see right quick. I'm gonna check right quick to see if I can know what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be PW rules, 15 minutes. Yep, all that's on. Time decisions turned on. Blood's supposed to be turned on, correct? And it's supposed to be lumberjack. And let's make sure that I'm right and not just guessing. Let's go right here. Yep, 15 minutes, lumberjack, pinfall, that. Okay. Those are the rules for the title match, and I think I got it all right. 15, yes, yes, no, yes. Blood stoppage, no, yes. Lumberjack. All right, we can get started now. But we gotta make sure it's on the hardest difficulty right quick. I don't want to have to go through none of that. And we gotta make sure that you don't press the goddamn. Make sure you don't press this at all. So when I go here to check the stuff, all you gotta do is just press start to start again, and then we can go into it the proper way. So we will only be having the walkouts for the champions only, and then we go straight into the, you know, in-ring introductions. I thought about doing it for the challengers as well, but like, no, let's do it for just the champions, you know, and the ones who's holding the belts, even though there's technically no belts for Team Gauntless, which is so stupid because you got half a dozen belts on this damn game. You got over 2 or 3. No, not over 2 or 3 dozen. That's too much. You got well over a dozen belts on this game, but you can only create, what is it, 8 or 9 champions? You go and create like 8 or 9 championships on here to play with on this game, which is crazy to me. You should be able to create as many as you want, and the fucking Team Gauntlet should be able to have championships as well, but it's whatever with that. Let the title match begin. And note to self, Don Fry is a character who is good with this or doing kickbacks as the, you know, the starter for the team. He is good at being the starter for any team, for the any style of the Team Gauntlet. You know, but he's up against arguably one of the best in Magnum Tokyo. He's the best starter, and he has proved it time again for this style of simulation. You know, this Team of Gauntlet, as far as like the faction of 3, he is the sole reason, in my opinion, why they made it to the championships in the crowning tournament. And he is also probably the best character they got on the team because he's capable of always getting at least one elimination. Now, when the Team Elimination Gauntlets every character should just be able for your team or capable of winning at least one match. You know, if you win one match for your team, that you're all good, because if each of y'all win a match, then y'all should win the whole thing, especially if y'all team in the first match. These capable of winning not one, but two matches in a row, if not all three, because he has swept. I think he has 3 sweeps so far, and that's a sweep is when you beat everybody on the other team, and that's 3 people. And he almost ended this in just over a minute. But Don Fry ain't gonna be taken out that easy. As I also said, Don Fry is a character who's also good at getting elimination for this a match, as well as the combatants. We haven't seen Man of Tokyo in combatants. I'm pretty sure he can do fairly decent in that, you know. He does go for the STF submission a lot, and he does have, what's that back grapple he uses a lot. He uses the release dragon suplex a lot. That does KO damage. And then he does a variety of grapples that can count as takedowns and stuff, suplexes and stuff like that. But that's just hearsay. Until he is a part of the combatant, I'm not sure how well he will do. I thought about it that in the future, with teams and stuff like that, like teams who are champions or they lost their titles and stuff like that, some groups do have, you know, weak links on them, as you like to say, the weak link of the team. And like, I will probably be doing that in the future, where they can try to replace them, if not with somebody random, with somebody else that they like being around and stuff like that. Like, for example, you see Shono or Masa Hero on the outside for Don Fry. Let's say somebody on Don Fry's team is somebody they want to replace. They can replace him with somebody who he knows, or something like that. Also, you also gotta remember that I put the blood stoppage on because for both the combatants and the faction 3, you can win by blood stoppage for the qualifier, no way to tickle match, but especially the time match. And that's huge. Time matches normally don't have win by blood stoppage. Neither do number 1 contenders match. But because there's only 3 types of matches for these 2 championships, they both have, all 3 of them have, you know, win by blood stoppage. So some characters could just be good at cutting somebody open, and that will actually help the team out in this, because if you're good at cutting people open, making them bleed and stuff like that, this is where you should be at. Now, Don Fry is currently losing this, but like, he has a whole 15 minutes if he can survive for that long to try to get back into this and get the finish or get the decision, you know? So that's what's good for him in this match. You know, in a 5-minute match, if this was a team qualifier, those are 5 minutes, Don Fry would end up losing this match for one reason. He has been taking so much damage already. Would not be able to win this if this was just a 5-minute one. You know, because we're coming up on just 3.5 minutes into this fight. He would have lost that. But because it's a title match, that shit makes no difference. Because the first 3.5 minutes was dominated by freaking what's the name? Magnum Tokyo. But it's not about who dominating the match, it's about who wins the match or finishes the match. But that's a good implication, just in case these 2 are capable of going the whole entire 15 minutes. But not if Don Fry gets his super meter. Because if he gets his super meter like he has right now, and he goes for the ultimate tackle, and he goes for either rear naked choke or that freaking armbar, it's over. Like I said, it may be over right here. He needs to go for the armbar. But it got countered by Magnum Tokyo. I wonder if that's gonna come out sounding horrible with how loud I got them going with the be trying to talk while it's going on. And one thing that sucks about this is that, you know, usually when you the combatants, to me, I feel like is not easier, but it's like better suited for this stuff, because the thing is, if you start building meter in a title match for, you know, the freaking for the Faction 3, you're not gonna never stop building meter just because of the what's name, how the you know, there's, when the bell rings, the match is over after 15 minutes. Whereas, what's name is also 15 minutes. The what's name, the combatants is also 15 minutes. But after 3 minutes, the bell rings. So even though they still building meter, they won't be able to use a super meter if it runs out or if it's 3 minutes. Once 3 minutes up, they're gonna have to rebuild the super meter over and over again per round. Unlike this, where if you build the if you can build your meter quickly, it's not gonna stop it till the game says it stops doing that. Like I said, the STF is the submission the Magnum Tokyo likes to do, and it's a good one because it wears down the head and stuff like that. He already does his finisher, his front finisher, the Ace Crusher, you know, wears you down, and then his back's finisher is for attacking the body, which is the what's the name? The pump handle slam. There's two of them. There's a pump handle drop, and then there's the pump handle slam, which is because of the pump handle. The pump handle power slam, and then the pump handle drop or slam, regular slam. Or front slam, or whatever the heck you want to call it. And that is not looking good for Magnum Tokyo's team, man. He's arguably the best character for this team, and like, so far having him as the starter has worked out well for their team. And I'm not saying that him losing means that it did work out well for this team so far, because even though he lost that fight, Don Fry may be taken out quickly because of how much damage Magnum Tokyo was able to do to him. Remember, he was able to hit his finisher very early in that fight or whatever. So you could see, you know, Dr. Wagner Jr. be able to get the victory a little bit easier, because Don Fry has already been somewhat in a fight, you know. So even though he won, he ain't come away unscathed and stuff like that. He may not be holding nothing as an injured, but he's probably close as hell to being pinned now, as a result of having that match just now. You know, he's not fresh. His opponent is fresh. But Don Fry may still be building meter quickly, which is also a problem. That's a big problem. When a character is building meter to start a match, it's a problem. Because it means they can hit their finisher within the first minute automatically. Like, man, Tokyo was able to get his super meter within the first minute of their match, but he wasn't going to be able to pin him until after a minute into the match. See? But also, the other thing comes with already being in a match and your endurance is already somewhat, not somewhat hindered, but like, you know, some of it has been zapped as far as your stamina and stuff like that, is that almost any move you get hit with, you're not going to immediately get back up like you usually see them do at the beginning of matches. Like, because at the beginning of matches, the eye pokes, eye rakes, low blows, slams, takedowns, or whatever like that. I'm talking about not the strong ones, the strong grapplers. I'm talking about just the regular weak grapplers are going to work against you. See that? He just hit him with a schoolboy roll up and got close to count. That's what I'm talking about right there. But on the flip side, yep, he's still building. Well, he can still build meter and stuff like that, but he ain't gonna be able to hold the submissions for long because his opponent is fresh. So he's only gonna be able to hold the submission for like a second or two. Start right now. But all he needs to do is just continue to hit more moves on him that's being hit on him. And that also means when your endurance is not as high, when your stamina has already been zapped a little, the fresher person can use attacks and holds and grapples and stuff on you a lot easier. You know? You can build stamina quicker than him, but he can do more damage and do continuous damage on you because after he drops you, he can pick you up again easily. See? He didn't get up immediately, but he got up quicker than he would have got if the move was done the other way around. And that's the whole point of it. So the game does kind of balance that stuff out. One guy is capable of building a meter quicker, while the other one is capable of, you know, pulling off more moves in a row if he can without them getting countered. Because his opponent, every time he knocks him down, it's not going to get immediately back up. See, he got eye poke, he stayed down. Give his opponent enough time to pick him up. And not only that, he's capable also of dealing damage and then doing taunts right after it. And this is not the end for this team, because right after Don Fry, the next person coming out is Enno, and Enno was one of the best, you know, starters for his what's the name team. He was part of the a Cabanas team that went pretty far. I think they got to like the Final Four, I believe, if not the they won their first round, and I think he swept a team or something. Or he got at least 3 eliminations or something. I forget exactly what had happened with that. Now the main thing, so just so people understand, the main thing you want to do in this is you want to either win the fight or at least do enough damage where your partner who comes out next, your teammate who comes out next, won't have a hard time trying to defeat them. You don't want to let the person who wins be fresh going into the next match versus your teammate, which is what Magnum Tokyo was able to do. So once they should be able to tie this up with a win right here pretty soon. I'm not sure if this is going to be the win though. Yep, that was a close 2 count. But if he can remain from taking too much damage, he'll be fresh going into the match, his next match. Because think about it, even if he wins this, his team is just tying him up once Don Fry is defeated. Because Don Fry has his team with the lead with a 1-0 lead, you know. And once Don Fry is eliminated, then it becomes a tied up match, because then the score will be 1-1 once Don Fry has been eliminated. I think we may do the next match right now. I don't want to use 3 whole videos for one title match. You know, I won't mind doing that because that's probably what's going to happen with the combatants. But I don't think the same thing should. Well, the same thing could occur for what's the name for the Faction 3. Yeah, so we can end this right here. Anyway, congrats to Wagner Jr. He ties it up. And yeah, I did say, oh, wait a minute. We have to end the video because I don't really, I just remember it in my head, but I don't really remember it by heart. But I did say, as far as the combatants go, as far as #1 contenders and title matches go, for the Faction of 3, my bad, I said combatants, but for the Faction 3, that we will do like when the score is 1-1 or the score is 2-1, then we'll end the video. So yeah, we are gonna have to end this right here. I'm just gonna end it right here like this because we can't go out of this. So I'm gonna put it like that. And then, oh wait, I'm not supposed to pull that down because that's not up there no more. I'm supposed to click on this. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Coming up next will be part 2 of this. And to the next one later.